Bump, 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 bashers. Couple of minutes late. Sorry, guys. I'm juggling a lot of stuff. Had my follow-up, surgical follow-up. Everything went great. Great blood pressure. Lost a couple of pounds. Maybe I'll make that the springboard for the rest of it. Came home and there's another notice from DL. And then I got informed delivery that she's sending some other mumbo jumbo my way. She refused. She was served today and she refused it. That's going to look good. You know what? It's the long game now. Now it's just the long game. It's the long game now. Anyway, how are you all? Great to have you in the room. Look who got in here at number one, Panel Power. Coming back for you. How long before the evil Sabbatean Zionists resume their ethnic cleansing and genocide of the Palestinians? So they're probably doing it as we speak. People who kill people. I just don't understand it. Roger Waters said it the best. And the Germans kill the Jews, and the Jews kill the Arabs, and the Arabs kill the hostages, and that is the news. It's just a cycle that just never seems to be broken. When are we all going to wake up and realize we're all the same thing? We're all exactly the same. We're the same thing. None of us are any different. We're all the same. Why would we kill one of our own? Why would we do it? It's crazy. Crazy to me. I don't understand it, but I don't want to get into that. Life needs to be more of a bowl of cherries. Melly C is in at number 2. Hello with purple hearts. Beautiful Melly C. How are you? Happy Friday Eve, Dirk, and all the beautiful bashers. Beautiful bashers. I watched Billy Corgan. He's from of the Smashing Pumpkins. He has a talk show, and it's pretty good most of the time. He just does that make sense? He says it all the time. And when he says, does that make sense? It means he's going to change the subject and turn it into about himself. That's one thing he's got to learn. He's gotten better at it. Like Rick Beato has gotten better at it. And, I don't think interviewing is natural talent. I think you have to learn how to do it. I think it's very important to learn how to do it. I don't think a lot of people have that naturally. Like Bob Wolf was. But anyway, I was reading about John Five. It's an interview with John Five, the guitar player. He's an amazing guitar player. Lovely guy. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, has never done drugs. Great guy. Big Kiss fan. Big rock and roll fan. Big country guy. Big Hee Haw fan. For fans of the show Hee Haw. That was basically kind of like a real super country bluegrassy show where you had like Earl Scruggs and you had some incredible guitar players, Glenn Campbell, and I'm forgetting from The Odd Couple. Oh, geez, I can't remember his name. Damn you, Propofol. I was telling the doctor during the follow-up, I said, after the surgery, I felt a little stupid. It took me a couple of days to get my wherewithal back. She goes, well, that's normal. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, Andy M says, no way, second. Wow. Yeah, you did it. No, you're third. Melly C is second. Andy M, you took my crown. Who's got the crown right now? Who's got the crown? I can't. Oh, I have to look on the thing. Hold on. Let me see. Is this live? I did. I put it on the screen so I can see what it looks like. I can't. Oh, I have to look on the thing. I'll just, I'll turn the sound off. I can see the crowns. Let's see who's the number one crown. Kevin Landon's number 2. Who's number 1? Number 3 is Andy M. Who's number 1? Andrew. Andrew's in at number 1. Okay, that's fine. Look at me. I'm looking at the screen. It's like a couple seconds behind. Andy M says, good evening. Hello. You were very fast today with that one. I wasn't ready for you. Hold on. Only good things. It's the only good thing, guys. Andy M. Great to have you on the show, as always. I so appreciate you guys coming on here every day. You have no idea. Otherwise, I'd just be screaming at the trees, right? Uh Calloway is here. Hey, Calloway, upvoted with his beautiful meteorite dial. I watched. I don't watch a whole lot of watch chat, but I watched Timmy's State of the Collection, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't realize he had so many heavy hitters, and he's talking about getting rid of some. One thing, and this is my advice to you, Timothy: don't get rid of the sub. It was your first big watch, and you got it at the AD. Don't do that. Get rid of the Daytona. Get rid of the Daytona. You don't get rid of the sub. That was your very first, and your very first watch. You got in an AD. I mean, your first real watch. He said he had a Tag Heuer, which I think is a fine brand. They're fine, and I like a lot of tags. And but his was running fast. It was a really good show, Timmy. Great, well done. I think the most enjoyable show I've ever seen. I loved your content. Loved it. I loved it. It was great. Andrew Ogledge with Canadian $5. Melly C for the win. Be the inspiration for others to smile. I like how we changed it up today. Upvote and subscribe. You guys just hit that little button right down there. I put it on the screen for you if you want to be a part of this community. Listen, you're not going to find a better gang of people. People paying it forward, people taking care of their cats and their foxes, and they've got all kinds of crazy names for them. And how many people are you going to meet that live in the middle of England that take care of foxes and stray cats? I know those people because it's your show and I just host it. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for everybody who comes in here. Start out with the Andrew Wolkowicz commemorative gong, as always. Thank you, Andrew. Melly C, you will always be my princess. Oh, hello to everyone, says Andy M. Julian is here, and he says, I am not what you see. I am what time and effort and interaction slowly unveil. Wow. That's heavy. There's something flying around here. It was in here yesterday. Amazing. Never judge another knight without first knowing the strength and cunning of the dragons he fights. Oh, look at this. Flies right on my microphone. Watch this. Can you see it? Get rid of that. Oh, he just took off. I heard him. Did anybody hear him? Landed right on my microphone. Get out of here, Fly. Get out of here, Mr. Fly. He's coming, buzzing around me. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, Renaissance, indeed. Dirk, the day you were born, heaven wept. I doubt it. And it's great loss. The earth's joyed at its gain. Wow, that's very nice. Listen, man, I'm just a human being walking on the earth like everybody else. I have a show. So stuff. Listen, there's a lot of great people out there doing a lot of great stuff, and I applaud each and every one of you. And I know most of you are them. That's why I host this show, and I love it so much. Melly C, number one today. Good day to all, says Martin Bronson. Beautiful, Martin Bronson. Renaissance says, have the wisdom to perceive all there is to be thankful for, and then be thankful for the wisdom to perceive things so clearly. That is beautiful. Basher's cat food, because pussy deserves good meat. Turquoise hot chocolate. I don't know what any of that means, right? Yeah, actually, the first one I came up with was I've done a supermarket before, but I was like, it was funny. I said I want him to be leveling a pyramid of cans that say iBashers, and I want it to be on the end cap. And guess what? It knew exactly what that was. I was amazed by that. Absolutely amazed by that. Absolutely amazed by that. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I didn't put a flavor on it. Could have been tuna or something like that. Anyway, look at this gigantic. It's from Curly Kush and that very scary looking squirrel, $50 US. Glad to see you back and healthy. Wanted to send this super chat as a thank you for the good folks that frequent the franchise club. Hope nobody takes this stuff too seriously. Look well moisturized. I don't have any more Clarins. I'll tell you what I'm using. You want to know what I'm using right now? For $50, I'm going to go get it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, this is for you. Hold on. Right. Climbing back into the frame. $50. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. Listen, man, at the end of the day, entertainment is key, right? And, people shouldn't take things too seriously. They really shouldn't. As long as no kittens get hurt. So I ran out of Clarence, and that lasted me for years. So now I was buying stuff for Rose. As you guys know, I take care of Rose, my elderly neighbor, and she loves her cosmetics. So I order stuff from her from Amazon and L'Oreal and all kinds of things. And she wanted this stuff called Rosy Tone. And I was like, oh, what is that? It's called Age Perfect Moisturizer and Hydrant. So this is it. It's tinted moisturizer. So thanks for saying that my skin looks good, because look what I'm doing. Looks like you take a very small amount and you just do that. And you know what? It gives you a little bit of tone, a little bit of color, and it's a moisturizer. You really don't see the color. But it's very, very nice. And man, I'll tell you, it costs a fraction of what that Clarence cost. Listen, that Clarence bottle, I had that for probably 2 years, and it's gone now. I used the last of it. But thank you for saying all that. And yeah, and here's to moisturizing. And it's by L'Oreal. You know why? Because you're worth it. Let's give you a gigantic Big Bang Boom. Do you have a request for the kind of Big Bang Boom you want here? Tell me which one you want. You know them all. Tell me which one, and I shall be happy to give it to you. Ready? Ready? I'm waiting. I'll give him a minute to say which one he wants. I've got the kazoos, I got the gongs, I got the cuck husband, I've got gong lady, I've got all kinds of stuff. Anyway, in the interim, I'm going to give you the $50 is a big one, so I'm going to give you the mega super cheap. Thank you very much. That's great. Great way to start off Thursday. Yeah, so blood pressure was 114/70. That was pretty good. And today was my big follow-up. White blood cell count normal. Everything, all the stuff was back. And she's like, oh, look, and you lost 14 pounds. I was like, wow. It's going to have to be a springboard for getting rid of the other. Well, actually, I wanted to lose 25 pounds, but now I'd like more. I want more, damn it. Then I think about when I weighed, when I was in the band, I was 122 pounds, 120. I mean, I was so filled with angst and pressure from band members' girlfriends about me being the front man, and I needed to be skinny because I was a chubby teen. So I had to get rid of it. And I went from like 189 pounds to 119 pounds in like 2 months. And that was from starvation and all kinds of unhealthy things. I think I drank syrup of Ipecac, and I was taking Dexatrim, which was like a weight loss pill. And I wouldn't do that ever again, but it worked. It definitely worked. And that's something to be said about that. Dino's here. What's in the tin? Gas panic, beans. I'll tell you the reason why I said prices today, because I had a mega. Listen, I've been shopping here forever, but you really don't notice until you go somewhere else. And like I said, we weren't on vacation. We were on a mission. And so we had a beautiful kitchen to cook within, and I was shopping daily, as Italians tend to do. And a couple of price things that happened. So I went into the supermarket today and I got a bunch of stuff for myself and for Rose and stuff. And like, she likes these chocolate-filled croissants. I got 2 big boxes of those. I got a quart of half and half. I got 2 boxes of DiCecco Orzo. DiCecco is my preferred brand of pasta here for sure. And some sundry, some butter. I got 4 really nice roll, like long kind of semi-heroes to make sandwiches with, and a Coca-Cola, a bottle of Diet Coke, and a bag of crisps, bag of chips, and it was $90.19. And I went, is that possible? Is that possible? Then I was thinking about shopping every day in Italy. Now, you have to understand that their economy is different than ours. People make less money there, but not so much less. They make less. Real estate costs less. Taxes are higher because You get sick, you go to the hospital, it gets taken care of. There's no bill. The street lamps work, things like that. You know how that all works. And I'm not going to get into the politics of that, but I will get into the politics of pricing. So that same amount of things, because I bought pasta and cheese and I did. I bought grana padano. I bought like a half a pound wedge of that. Now that stuff costs nothing over there, but also a 16-ounce box, or what is that, 454 grams, whatever that. I'm not good with metrics. That's 82 cents. A box of pasta in Italy is 82 cents. A coffee is $1 or less. An espresso, double espresso is like, 125. A cappuccino is like 150, unless you're in, Florian or somewhere fancy like that. But the everyday cafe, everywhere you go, the regular places that regular people go, like for example, where we were staying, which is in the center of the town, pretty much, but quiet, cobblestone streets, gas lamps, very attractive. You walk across the street to the cafe there, and you get say I'm there with you, and you order a cappuccino, and it's before 11, of course, and I get usually a double espresso, but I got hooked on double espresso macchiatos, which is just a dollop. In America, they put like cream galore, but it's just really, it means mark. Macchiato means mark, so it's just a mark of foam. They give you like olives and crisps, potato chips, and something else as a snack, and then they bring out some water. Or, because most places in America, you sit down, you get a glass of water. That doesn't happen in Europe. Usually, water you have to pay for, but water costs nothing. So here's another example. So I'm addicted to sparkling water. Any kind of fizzy water. I don't care. I don't even care what brand it is, really. San Pellegrino is king, of course, but I'll drink whatever. So I went across the street to Cole, which is the name of the supermarket. There's Conad. There's lots of other ones. And so the big bottles, the ones that are like 2.5 quarts, the giant ones, I don't know what the liters are. It's like 3 liters. It's huge. 8 of those is €1.89 for 6 of those bottles. Now today I had in my cart a bottle of Italian sparkling water, which was $3.79. It was 20 cents less than San Pellegrino, and it comes in a very pretty green bottle. I don't remember the name of it, but it's beautiful, and the water is fine. But the prices there are a lot cheaper, because goods and services that people use every single day, they're just not expensive. People make a living wage, waiters. That's why there's no tipping there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there are trade-offs here, there, and everywhere. Now, for example, I have not had to go through the Italian medical system, thankfully. I don't know what it's like, but I've heard only great things for the most part. I've had some pretty harrowing experiences in New York City. This particular thing that I went through was like I was shopping at Bergdorf Goodman. It was incredible. Now, we have insurance, and it is expensive, and we do pay for it, but it isn't like $100,000 like Joe said last night. That your operation was probably $100,000. Like, we instantly met the whatever threshold that you're supposed to meet, the deductible, and I'm sure there will be some bills that come in. But for example, like renting an apartment is I don't know, a third of what it costs here in New York City. Like the apartment that we stayed in, you guys all saw the video. That apartment in New York City would be about $8 million. Here would be about $750,000 over there. But here it would be millions with that crazy terrace and all that stuff. So, I mean, you all know what my thoughts and decision making is like. With the weighing, every day Paul would say, well, is there anything you don't like? I even liked how complicated the garbage was. It's like, I'll get used to, making sure that on Monday it's this and on Tuesday it's that. And I think I told you, we had 6 people there, and we had so much garbage. I just put it all down at the end when we were leaving. I went, America, because we have a lot of garbage, because it's crazy what we do. It's crazy. They learn to do a lot more with less, which is interesting. I have too many clothes. They need to go. I have too many albums. They have to go. Got too much stuff. So much stuff. They have less stuff. You know what they have more? time to go to the cafe or go to a cocktail bar or go for aperitivi or digestivi. They have time for all that, which we don't do because we're running. Now, this particular hospital where I had my operation is called NYU Langone, and it is beautiful. It really looks like Bergdorf Goodman. It's gorgeous, and everybody there is really, really nice, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that I live in a place that has really good medical care. I'm lucky. I have, like I said, I've not been through the European style of emergency surgery, and I hope that I never have to. But from like, because a lot of people in Paul's family work in medicine and law, and they basically said no. One person had an operation. They said, "Oh, I was in there within a day, 2 days. Yeah, it was really quick." So it depends on where you are. It depends on what kind of city. I'm sure if you live in, like we watched. There's a show on YouTube. It's this beautiful couple. He's ridiculous. He used to be a model, and she's gorgeous too. And he's got like a brain leak, and they were living in like way up in the mountains, like north of Torino, and they loved it there, but there was no medical care, and he needed to go to Milan, and then he went for an operation in Napoli, which sounds counterintuitive, but he went there. What do I know? I've never been. So listen, it all depends on where you are, but the grocery thing, the price thing was such a sticker shock when she told me $90. I looked at everything. I just went, what cost that much money? And then I added it up. The bottle of water was $3.79. The cheese was $12. The cookies were $8.99. Or the roses, croissants, 2 boxes at $8.99 each. And I added up, and I was like, oh shit, it really cost that much money. Now this is a particularly pricier store because my neighborhood has turned into, what you all know about it. Terrible that the grocery prices can't be brought down in this country. There's got to be a better way for, like, listen, I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not. And I can only think about the people that can't afford it. Like, what's the cheapest place in America you can go for this? Like Lidl, which they have in Europe, which is shitty. And the other one, Aldi, that's not great either. They're not great. Those are like bargain. They don't have what you want. They have stuff, but they don't have what you want. I went to the Italian equivalent of that. I actually walked outside of the wall, went down this thing, and it was called Eurospin. And it was all generic brands, and it was cheaper than dirt. But I didn't buy very much in there. I actually went in there to get, the girls needed toilet paper, as they do, even though there's bidets there, you still need that stuff. I went there for some supplies for the apartment that were necessary. Paper towels, some handy wipes or some sponges and some wash up soap and all that stuff. And I got it, and it cost nothing, but it was in a, it wasn't a great store. But the place across the road, literally walk out of the apartment, walk right into that cute little supermarket. I got the best pesto I've ever had in my life. And I make pesto, and I pride myself on making some pretty good pesto. This blew mine away, and it was in a supermarket. It was so fresh and delicious. Anyway, prices. What do you think? What are the prices like where you live? That's a great conversation. Kevin Landon's in at number 12. Kevin Landon, happy to be back bashing live on a non-work day. We're happy to have you, Kevin Landon. As always, I got to check the cam, make sure that Rose is okay. She's staring out the window. I get so nervous, even though Paul was home to do what he had to do if she needed anything. But I just get so nervous, when I'm away for a long time, because she needs me. And, she's always been very independent. Listen, she's a single woman. She's lived alone her entire life. She needs a couple of extra things. She needs help. But, yeah, I'm watching her on the camera just to make sure she's all right. She totally knows about it too. It's not like I'm spying on her. Just right in the corner of the apartment, just so I could see the whole thing if she needs anything. That's all. 11 is a magic number. I think it is too. I woke up this morning at 11:11. Really beautiful song by Rufus. I've been on a Rufus Wainwright kick, probably because I'm Marcus Pfeffer, who I collaborate with. This guy puts out a lot of records in Europe and Japan. sent me that ballad the other day, and I finished writing it today. I didn't sing it. I did a little bit of a demo of it, but I'm really thinking about it after the show. Just like now that I know how it's going to go, I think I'm going to go in there and just cut it and see how it goes. So I was listening to Rufus Wainwright for inspiration for his, not for his style, because I can't do that. I was looking to Rufus Wainwright for the way he uses intricate. I was looking for, because the song's in 3/4. Dum 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 dum. Usually songs are 1 2 3 1 4 1 2 3. That's a waltz beat. Most of them are one. They're all, it's 4/4. So it's pop music is mostly in 4/4, unless you're listening to like jazz or progressive rock or stuff that's in 6/8. Now, my band never really did waltz time. We did like weird proggy stuff like 6/8 and all that kind of stuff, 5/4, but I never did that. So he does a lot of that. So I wanted to see how he and somebody like Burt Bacharach would put a vocal phrasing over a 3/4 beat. It's very interesting, and it's a love song, and he said he wanted it to be a love song. So let's see how it comes out. Hoping the pins and the voodoo dolls work to vanquish DL and her lackeys. Yeah, sure. If you know a shaman or a witch doctor or any of that, do you know anybody in Santeria? Be my guest. Have at it. Cats versus Jenga. You know that there's got to be like salmon in those cans or something fantastic. John 5 has a telly from every year. Oh, does he? I got to say, the Telecaster, the most, mine's the invisible Telecaster. See, now you can see the color in this, right? You can see the color. Look at that. Rarely, because I have a blue screen, so the green should show up. It's really pretty. It's really, look, you can see the wood grain through it. Look at this. I don't know why it's doing that when this is a green. I use a blue screen. I don't use a green screen. I have a green screen, but it messes up my Milgauss. Can you see it? Yeah, you go. You can see the wood grain through it. That's out. Telecaster is the Swiss Army watch of guitars. A Swiss Army knife. Everyone should have a Telecaster in their arsenal because it does some things that other guitars just can't do. Les Pauls can't do it. Strats can't do it. I mean, you could put a humbucker in a Strat and you can get that sound. You could put a single coil in a Les Paul, split tap them. You could do all that stuff. There's something about a Telecaster that basically you could have a whole career with them. And John 5, who plays kind of high, plays kind of like he's in the Beatles. He's a little bit this. He does this bend thing where he does it. He bends behind the nut, which is very cool. Great guitar player, great guy, a lovely fella. I gotta say the following though, and I hope that this is taken with the right amount of caution. Not my favorite kind of soloist. Not my favorite kind of soloist. He's one of those guys that do I have a plectrum around? He's one of those guys that does a lot of very dissonant-y, weird shit. Like he does a lot of. It's just very fast and it's very fast. And I like the guys that have a little bit more compositional style. His seem like he's playing every scale there is to known to mankind. He's a lovely player, and he can play chicken pick and he can play anything. But when I hear him do solos, I'm like, oh, I'm surprised he goes for that. It's a little atonal. It's very odd. I don't know. If you want to talk about John 5, we can. Roy Clark, that's who I was thinking of. Roy Clark and Buck Owens. What kind of a moron am I? What kind of moron am I? How could I forget Roy Clark? Genius. Absolutely. And Buck Owens. I mean, Jesus Christ. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't what you do. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't what you do. Sudden innuendo. Dirk wears White Sox. I love me some Adam Ants. Hey, Joe LaFar, it's Handsome Joe. Handsome Joe. Oh, no. Joe LaFaro's here. Happy Thursday, Bashers. Happy Thursday to you, Joseph LaFaro. Or Giuseppe LaFaro. What should we call you? Giuseppe. I'm going to call you Giuseppe from now on. Follow, there must be something. Please, Eric. Great to have you here. Agreed, Dirk. Great advice. Listen to me, right? When he said that, I went, "Oh no, not the sub! You can't. It was your first, and it's a Submariner, and it was the first year of ceramic. Ah, you can't get rid of that. How could he get no? I commented on this video. I'll text him and I'll say no. You know me. I'm a speedy guy, so I'm like, listen. I know his Daytona is beautiful though. He's the same one that Drooby Doo, where are you? He's got that too. That was the surprise watch from his beautiful wife Heather. So listen, doesn't really matter. He's got a lot of Rolex Air King. This guy's got a lot of stuff. He's got some other watches. I'm like, yeah, get rid of those. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? He could totally get rid of those, but not the sub. You don't get rid of that. And it's your first Rolex. Your first real watch. It's a milestone. First of all, subs. I would love a sub. I'm in. Subs are sexy. I've always been a fan of those. And every time I see Emmett's, I love the no date. Forgive me. I love it. It's my favorite. I always see that watch and I go, it's such a manly watch. It's a man's watch. I love it. I love it. We can't see Panel Power's first comment. You can't. It's right here at 4:14. How long? Oh, did he get is it for politics? I don't know. Isn't that crazy? Is that true? Is that possibly what could have happened? Wow. Oh, you said I'm not picky, stay healthy. Listen, other than the stress of the DL and all the nonstop assault, but listen, the long game, man. You know how it is. You have to play the long game. She already got my deck. It's in shambles out there with all my plants and bushes and rosemary and all my tomatoes. All the stuff's all strewn. There will be, there will be a reckoning for that. You can't do that to people. You can't do it. Tinted moisturizer. I've never heard of that. You're joking, right? There's lots of tinted, but look at this stuff. By the way, it smells great. You should get some, Kush. I would say so. It's really nice. It smells really good, and it gives you a little bit of moisture. Listen, I'm 60. I mean, I definitely need a blepharoplasty. Some days are better than others with my eyes. Sometimes I don't have bags at all under my eyes, but I don't have any crow's feet or anything. I don't even have that much. I don't really have wrinkles. But I have to tell you, if I lost 20 more pounds, I would probably start getting wrinkles. I think fat helps. I'm pretty sure. We are almost the same age. Enjoyed the Italy content. Hope you make the move with Hub. It's good. It's 100% going to happen. There is no decisions have been made. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be 50-50 or 70-30, but because we're not going anywhere. We have a battle. We have a battle to be won here. And this is my rightful home that I've had a lease on for 30 some odd years. And just because somebody came and tried to storm my castle, no. So I don't know. Plus, we need to have an American address. And there are limitations on how long you're allowed to be out of the country, et cetera, even if you have, EU citizenship and stuff. There are things that you have to follow, and you learn as you go. You say, I think it's originally you're allowed 180 days a year there and then back. Me, I could stay there whatever because I have EU citizenship. But yeah, I don't know exactly how it's going to work in the beginning. We'll see. We'll absolutely see. I think that YouTube might have pulled the first comments, and I think you might be right. Now, if I look on YouTube, do I see it? I don't see it. Look at that. Top chat, or what if I hit all chat? Live chat. Hold on. It's there. If you switch the view to live chat, then it shows up. But if you do top chat, I don't know what constitutes top chat to you. I don't know. Hyperinflation. So Melly C, I know we all know that you guys are over there in the United Kingdom. How much is it for a box of pasta? A good brand. Like I said, DiCecco, that's my favorite brand that I can get here. There's other brands there that I really like that you never see. Actually, there's a couple of brands that I saw there for less. Everything's less than €1. 79 cents, 69 cents, 89 cents. And then the organic stuff is usually 89 cents. And I've seen that for $15 at Italy. Now, also, people should be aware of this simple fact. Italy is an Italian company. The people that run it here in the United States are the Bastianages. Lydia, his mother, was a famous chef on television. She had a couple of restaurants here in New York, mostly in Queens and one in Manhattan. Lydia. But that's a licensing deal they have. Italy is an actual thing over there, and it's mostly you find it at the Termini in Rome, or at the the Milan, the Stazione there. You'll find little kiosky places, and it's really good quality coffee. It's Ely and brioche and cornetto, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll find some really great stuff there, and pasta. And it's like autogrill kind of in a sort of different way, in a new package. But it's really good stuff. How much does it cost for a box of pasta over there in the UK? I mean, I know England's expensive. GH says Mark in Brooklyn. I don't know what that means, but sounds like the prices in Italy are like Canada was in 88.90. Also, I think they pay less in tax. I don't know what the taxes are. Listen, they tax the wealthy. If you make more money, there's tax brackets. The top 1% pay the most tax there, and the people in the lower tax brackets pay less, and they all get the same amount of services. Nobody gets any preferential treatment. Everybody's one. I just watched the whole thing. I'm like, I know a lot of people like to talk about Bernie Sanders and he's so pinko commie, but when you hear that guy talk, we're humans and people need healthcare. People who can't afford it. That's crazy. But yeah, that's how that works. Canada is 36th in the world for healthcare. Is that right? Should we look that up? Let's see. Rankings in healthcare worldwide. Here's a cheery thing to talk about. The best healthcare in the world by ratings. Let's find out. I get 6 boxes of penne at 8 at Costco or BJ's. Yeah, well, you're getting the sure, Joe. Costco or BJ's. For those of you who don't know, Costco's and BJ's, they have those kinds of stores in the outside Mestre and in Pesaro. In bigger cities, you'll find kind of big boxy stores. But yeah, 6 boxes of is it Krasdale? But Krasdale is I've been told is made by some of the bigger companies. So let's see. This is interesting to see. I don't honestly know the ranking myself. The best healthcare. Let's take a looky poo at this. It's okay. The top 10 countries with the best healthcare are Taiwan, South Korea, Australia. Canada's number 4, my friend. Sweden, Ireland, Netherlands, Germany, Norway, and Israel. Look at that. Look at that. Access to healthcare. This is very interesting. Overall ranking, the US is number 10. Germany, Italy's not even on that list. Access to care, 10. Wow, that's bad. Who's got best access to care is the Netherlands, followed by the UK. There you go, the NHS. For those of you who are fans of Rob Delaney, he's a comedian. He was in Catastrophe and Mission Impossible and a bunch of other crazy things he was in. His son had brain cancer, and Henry, and he thanked the NHS from the bottom of his heart because he said they would have been living under a bridge otherwise. Interesting. Care process. Oh, see, number 2. Now I'll vouch for that. The care process I went through in New York City was lightning fast. Lightning. I went in. I brought myself to the emergency room. I told them what I was thinking. The guy behind the desk said, sounds like appendicitis to me. Sit over there. They took my vitals. They put me in the... I mean, there was 100 people in this labyrinth of hallways and waiting rooms. And 10 minutes later, I had an x-ray. 10 minutes later, I had blood drawn. 10 minutes later, I had this. Then I slept for 2 hours. They gave me some... I don't know, some Tylenol or whatever. They love to give you Tylenol in hospitals. And then I had my CAT scan with contrast, and that's a weird feeling because you get all really weird, You get like a blurry kind of strange warmth that comes over your body. They said you're going to start feeling warm, and I did. It was very, very interesting. But the care process was so lightning fast, and then I was scheduled for surgery. Next thing you know, I was up there talking to the doctor, I had people come and talk to me. Now listen, I know not every hospital in America is like that, but NYU Langone, what an incredible place. Great people, great doctors, and it was an incredible experience. My very first hospital visit in my life ever. Administrative efficiency, that's 9. Well, I don't know the end of it yet because I guess not all the paperwork. Equity, 9. Health outcomes, 10. Australia's number 1. Wow. It's very, very interesting how they break this up. Best healthcare in the world. Full rankings are, here we go. Here's the full rankings. Guatemala not looking so good. You want to make sure you guys can all see this. Singapore, Japan, I didn't doubt that. South Korea, Taiwan, China, Israel, Norway, Iceland, Sweden, Switzerland, Netherlands. Where's Italy? Italy's 17. Okay. Where's the United Kingdom? 34. Where's the United States? Oh boy. Ooh, 69. Oof. According to the index, Singapore ranks first for healthcare, followed by Japan. Okay. What countries have the best healthcare in Europe? Netherlands, Sweden, Germany, United Kingdom. Look at that. Italy's not even on the list. You know what's good though? The pasta. The wine. Take that, France. What to know about accessing healthcare? Okay, it's very interesting. What U.S. states have the best healthcare? Massachusetts, Hawaii, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and the District of Columbia. That's Washington, D.C. States with the worst rated, West Virginia. Now, that thing I was watching with Bernie Sanders was all about West Virginia, which I did not know was a blue state, a Democratic state until 4 years ago. And then they went hard red. Now they're going hard blue again. Arkansas, Oklahoma. Oh, I'm surprised. Texas, really. Mississippi. Isn't this interesting? So, which countries have the worst healthcare in the world? Oh, boy. Central African Republic, South Sudan, Chad, Lesotho. I didn't even know. I don't know that country, but shame on me. Somalia, Sierra Leone, Swaziland, Liberia, Guinea, Angola, Nigeria, and Equatorial Guinea. Well, look where we are. The cradle of civilization has the worst healthcare in the world. Isn't that absolutely crazy? Crazy. 36. You nailed it, right? I hope Rose is on the mend. She wasn't sick. She just needed some rest, I guess, because she was great today. Really, really great today. And she's just right now she's watching TV and she's filing her nails. Yay. Yay. She's I'm telling you, at 88, she's in pretty great shape. RP 1960, $9.99. Good morning from Kangaroo Island, Australia. Look at you, RP 1960. $9.99 is that, and it's in US dollars too. It's not even in Australia. Aussie dollars, as they say. Aussie dollars. Wow, let's give you a big bang boom for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go with the monks. Ray. Now, this is terrible if this is true. A pound of Kerrygold. So a pound. We don't get it in pounds here. Now, if you go to Costco, like Handsome Joe said, you can get 5 or 4 bricks of Kerrygold for a very good price. I think it's like $10.99 because they buy in bulk, so you can get it. You can get a good price. But it's a membership club. Most of the time when you buy Kerrygold, which is my butter of preference, it is anywhere from $5.99 to $7 or $8.99 for a half a pound, 8 ounces, whatever that turns into, 200 and something grams. And a liter of milk is $1.70. I don't buy milk. I buy half and half for Rose, and that's about $3.89 for a quart. So, I mean, is that close? I'm not quite sure. Prices here are getting expensive. That's a shame. Kevin Landon says at my store, Giant 8 ounces of Kerrygold is going for $6. Yeah, that's about in the ballpark, Kevin Landon. Yeah. I have interned with Angelique and Nicholas Blair. Have you? Tell us more. Good day, Skippy RP 1960. It's so great that he look at where he is. He's in Kangaroo Island. I've never been to the beautiful Australia, and I'd love to go. I'd love to see that. Absolutely. That's a long journey. I spent $226 in Costco today and didn't get that much. Then another 80 in another store. Yeah. Canada, yeah, I know. You guys are going through it right now. A telly through that JCM 800 behind you has its own space in the mix. Are those JCMs? They're not really JCM 800. They kind of look like them. My guy, Jimmy Baki from Hitman has a JMP 1977 Plexi, and John had many a JCM 800. JCM 800, the official marshal of the 80s, and Michael Schenker and a lot of other people. But they're pretty close. I mean, it's pretty much the same setup. It's just missing that thing right in the right. Let's see, where am I? Right there. That's where it would say JCM 800, right? And then it had the little signed by Mr. Marshall himself. It's cool looking stacks, though. I love that. I love this one right here. That one's cool because it's got like kind of like what is that called? Tolex, right? The stuff that goes over the slant cabinets. I love that stuff. You know, the sad thing about amps nowadays is I have two amps here. I have two real amps. One of them is a Fender solid state Cambridge, and then I have a Fender Princeton, and I don't use them ever. They're under beds. I just plug in and use Sims now because, you know, that's just how it goes. Sad but true. Sad but true. Please upvote, says Franco Fiore. Please, if you can. I would be eternally grateful for that. Thank you, Franco Fiore. Tobe's just here. He's wearing my sub 40 right now on a leather strap. Send us a picture of that right now, Tobe. Will you, please? For the Gallery of Bastards, which is coming up in mere moments. We'd love to see that sub right now. Please. Panel power. Thanks, Andy M. No wrinkles on a balloon. I don't wear makeup, just untinted moisturizer and a bit of lippy when I go out, because you probably have that beautiful skin. That's why. Donald Gearing, a box of Barilla thin spaghetti in Denver is $4. First of all, Barilla is the biggest selling brand of pasta in Italy. And it is considered like the bargain brand. It's 39 cents. For a box of thin spaghetti. Because I went to get linguine because I love spaghetti. Spaghetti's my favorite pasta. I just love spaghetti. Me and Emmett are spaghetti junkies, all because Beckett used to do that to us. But it was 38 cents. Did I have a picture? Hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to boot something up for you. All right, hold on. It's got photos. I have some. I didn't do enough of this anyway, but I'll do it. Okay. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. I took some pictures of the pasta. Okay, I agree to that. I'm agreeing to the terms and conditions. Oh, you want to see what my hospital looked like today? Hold on. This is the Bergdorf Goodman of hospitals. Yes. Hey, Donald, great to see you, by the way, pal. Thank you very much. Look, this is that was the hospital today. I mean, it's stunning. It's like a bachelor pad, like marble table, Italianate sofas, modern art. The walls were gorgeous, like teak wood. This is NYU Langone. It was beautiful, I have to say. I was mightily impressed by it. I took a picture of it. I liked it so much, I took a picture of it. So let me go find. I took pictures of the pasta in the store because I was flabbergasted. You guys want to see my deck? You guys, did I show you this? You want to see this? You want to see this? You want to get mad? There you go. That's all my plants. You see tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, all my furniture, my umbrella. My bicycles were rescued by the police. See, my deck was on this roof here, and that's what they did with her vigilante squad. Look at my poor tomatoes over there that I took care of so carefully. Look at that. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And then this is us in Fano. This is Paolo's entire family. Isn't that wonderful? We were having aperitivi. I was having a shakarato, a Moretto shakarato, which was delicious. Absolutely delicious stuff. Yeah. So let me entertain you. Let me go see what I got going on here. I'll go find some other pictures and I'll show them to you. Oh, I saw this Corvette today. Look at this 71. The other day when my sister was parking her car. Beautiful. Weird paint job. But let me go find the pasta. That's me and Fano. There's me, Asheen, and Paolo, and that's us in Fano. There's the train station right there. Fantastic stuff. It's really nice. Alpha. These are all popping up, right? Good. This is cool. It works. This works pretty good. Let me go find the pasta. Some watches, some spaghettis, a lot of pictures of food. The church, you saw those already. Look at this. This train was going to Munich. I was like, what? Isn't that crazy? This is us cooking up a storm. But I was in the supermarket and I did take pictures. Those pretty kitty cats. That's the view from our terrazzo. Amazing. Supermarkets. Look at this broad. Oh, that was that weird supermarket that I hated. It was just creepy. Here it is. Look at this. Here's some stuff, right? Gicheco. By the way, they don't have boxes. They have bags. 89 cents. 89 cents for Gicheco. That's Penne di Regate, which I don't like. Penne Lisce. I love, my favorite Gicheco is, I love their orzo. That's what I bought today. They have the best orzo. See the organic stuff up here? Look at that. $1.49. You know, €1.49. But it's 89 cents for Gicheco. And the Mulino Bianco, these things $2.09. Those things are like $10 in New York. $4.19. That's pricey, but they're still $10. Okay, now $1.10 for Molisana. Molisana is about $15 at Italy. Super duper expensive brand. You know, bronze cut. There's me on the terrace. That was the terrace we had. It was freaking mental. Absolutely. What can I tell you? It's good stuff. I absolutely loved it. A deluxe box of pasta is $6. Well, that's a lot. Yeah. $2 Barilla. Yeah. Barilla's, you know, Barilla. You know, it's like everybody in Italy buys it because it's so cheap, but you know, it's they you know, they don't consider it a good brand. By the way, if you look at the ingredients in Italy too on the bag of pasta, it says semolina and durum wheat, water. That's all it says. Doesn't have any of the enriched niacin or any of that stuff that we put on everything. UK must rank under Somalia. Barilla Fusilli 5 grams, $1.50. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ha ha ha! Canada number 4. That's such bullshit. All the rich Canadians come straight to USA and pull fake fights or anything. Same as you know. No, that's not true in the UK though. UK has great. Listen, man. Emergency room and serious disease treatment is not the same thing. That's true. Definitely not. The NHS is great for major disaster. Everything else, including cancer diagnosis, fucking shit. PM. Box of Barilla rigatoni, $2.49. Oh, that's good price. I can sometimes get it for $2.99 here. You know, why do people like Mick Jagger come to the USA and spend $1 million for a new? Did he get a valve replacement? Well, he doesn't need to get it for free. I mean, that's why. I mean, understand that somebody like Mick Jagger doesn't shop at Marks and Spencer either. Mick Jagger, you know, goes to Bergdorf Goodman or Neiman Marcus, or you know, when you are super duper rich, you shouldn't be taking advantage of those free things because you can afford it. Right? Is that wrong? I don't think you should be doing that. You shouldn't be looking for the discounts when you can afford it. Let the people, it's, you know, it's trying to help people out, you know. I have Canadian friends who always go to the USA for real care, you know. My dad lives in Port Angeles. All the rich Canadians come across the border for surgery. Canada offers MAID or wait years for even basic stuff. You got Canadians here, man. So let's hear it from the Canadians. Hopes are very true. There you go. You got it. I've heard the same thing about Canada's system. Dirk, every time you say the monks, I remember drugs in my pocket and I don't know what to do with them. Song I heard in 7th grade. Kevin Landon says, Dirk, as a fan of Dark Shadows, you should know the names and deeds of Angelique. Oh, I should have. Yeah. I'm not the biggest. My sister was the big Dark Shadows fan. My eldest sister. She's the expert on Dark Shadows. I'm not in any way, shape, or form an expert at all. But I did not hate the movie with Johnny Depp, right? Right. I didn't hate it. Oh, Dirk, did you know that when you turn around to adjust your AC, it looks like you're adjusting the JCM? Oh, that's cool. Hold on a second. Let me turn it up to 11. Hold on a second. My air conditioner is right here. It's behind the screen. Behind the screen. Barilla's ground up repurposed drywall. Listen, man, I have no problem with. I buy it. Like I remember the thing when people were upset that he was mad about the. He didn't include gay people in his ads. And I was like, so, and people are like, we're gonna boycott. There was a boycott Barilla. I was like, I don't care. It's just pasta. And I like pasta. I want to eat it. I'll buy it. I don't care. I don't buy it very often because it's not my favorite pasta. But I would advertise to whomever you want. I don't really give a shit. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. So I sound to me that people in Italy can afford to eat, drink, and smoke. They all eat, drink, and they all smoke. Livable wage and not gouged on rent just to have a roof over their head. So listen, the picture I have is idyllic. Of course, there's red tape and there's this and there's that. And you only find out the intricacies of things when you actually live them. I don't have currently, but I've had conversations with everybody about what to expect. What to expect. You're going to get hit with this tax or this thing or this thing. And I've pretty much been told what it is, what to expect. Listen, I still haven't gotten my Irish passport back yet. And that's a year and a half. And all I was doing was renewing it. I mean, Jesus. Done and sense. Nice. Savages. What the stellar individual did. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Pacheco is it's great. Pacheco is amazing stuff. It's the whiter the pasta, the higher the quality. That's the way the Italians let you know about pasta. If it's yellow, it's lesser quality. If it's white, it's the best quality. That's what they always say. UK Health Service isn't the best wait list for very long. Good luck getting a GP appointment. And here's the Mr. O'Malley himself. Barilla is garbage. Italians see it as cheaper. They do. It is still the best-selling pasta in Italy, though. Like by a pretty big margin. I like Pacheco, Molisana. I like a lot of different brands, but I couldn't believe how much cheaper it was. It's half the price of all the other stuff. Like if Pacheco's 89 cents, that shit's 39 cents. It is definitely scorned upon in Italy because it's just it's the crap. What do we know? Watch Spinal Tap 2, blah. It looks terrible. It looks embarrassing. They should never have done it. It looks terrible. I don't know if I'll even watch it because I don't want to cringe and I love everybody involved. Even the worst grade pasta from Italy is better than any US grade pasta. That's 100% true because of all the shit. I looked at the Pacheco box. My box is filled with blue and yellow boxes at all times. They don't have boxes there. Nothing. It said water, flour, wheat, durum wheat, and semolina water. That's all it said. It was nuts. Andrew says maid is medical assistance in dying. They offer it for too many things. Even in the UN said that Canada's doing it wrong. Well, that's a funny thing. A Rumo is good stuff, yeah. Or just buy the fresh stuff at Conad, yeah. Oh, that pesto that they added coal was like way better than mine. And I'm so prideful of my pesto, It was like, wow, I couldn't believe how good it was. Rumo, yeah. Rumo's so expensive here, though. $7-8 for a bag of that stuff. But it is good. I like Rumo, 100%. Try to buy a Benz or a BMW in Italy, 40% more than here because of the taxes. I believe it. Listen, though. Somebody's doing something right because you don't see shitty cars there. And even in that podunk place, there were some very, very, not McLarens and things like that, but there were some very, very impressive cars there. Lots of Italian cars. Obviously, it's different. Lots of Alphas. I didn't see any Ferraris. I don't think I did. Or Lamborghinis. I didn't see any of that stuff. Oh, yes, I did in Rome. I saw a couple. That's true. DG Adoshino Malley, they market very well, and they just had me fooled all this. Yeah, Barilla is the number one. It's like, you know what the other thing is? Galbani. I'd never heard of it. And then they're like, the number one ricotta. No, it isn't. The Italians go to the cheese guy to get their ricotta. The stuff in the supermarket, I didn't see Galbani. I didn't see that at all. I've never seen that. By the way, Galbani is terrible. Whenever I bought it, because I also bought it hook, line, and sinker, and I thought it was terrible, and I went back to Polio. Get all over Europe. The benzina is way expensive. Gas is expensive, and it's by the liter too. Just buy fresh pasta, or make your own. I know how to make pasta. It's fun. I enjoy it. The idea that Canadians come here and get AAA healthcare for anything other than elective surgery or paying full price is a fairy tale. That I believe too. It's not. It's elective. It's for plastic surgery, or they go to Brazil. It's not like you're going here to get your. I don't think anybody's coming here unless you're Mick Jagger, and Mick Jagger can shop at the very best, supermarket of doctors. When you're that guy, when you're Paul McCartney, when you're any of those people that have that kind of wealth, you go to Brunello Cucinelli for your wardrobe. You go to NYU for your heart valve replacement. You go to Modena when you want a brand new car. That's what you do. The rules don't apply to those people. You will get emergency room care that comes with a bill that will shake your soul. That's very true. It's very expensive here. Is Italy in Italy? No, it is not. Daniel, Italy existed way, way, way before the Bastianiches got a hold of it. Now, Italy, I believe, was 1960s or 1970s. It was a long time ago, and it was who's the guy that owns that? It was Farinelli. Farinetti. And I think he started that in like a long time ago. It was not part of the Bastianiches. He went to Italy, the son. Now I know that guy, or I did know that guy because he was involved with the company I worked for. He had something to do with them. He was trying to get Arc Restaurants to open one of his restaurants or whatever the fuck he was supposed to do. He was a big fat guy, got really skinny, started dating models, of course, because his mother got super duper rich. I think the very first one was in Torino, and I'm not exactly sure when it was. Like the 90s. It wasn't the 70s. It was later. It was like the 90s. And it was like more like a kiosk kind of thing. And then it became a mega store. Then they started putting. It's kind of like if you go to Autogrill and you walk through the maze and they have all the stuff, but you'll find it in the terminis, in the train stations, in the airports and things like that. I think the very first time it got franchised was Mario Batali and Bastianich went to Italy together on a trip and probably were up to some no good. And they bought in and they franchised it out to come to America and other countries. So it is not owned not at all. They don't own the ones here either. They license the name. They do not own it. Try the Galbani mozzarella in water. Honestly, pretty good. I'm very funny about. Listen, I'm an Irish guy, I'm an Irish American guy, but I'm a total snoot when it comes to mozzarella. I used to have Mario's on my corner, and his mother used to make the mozzarella in the morning. Thumbs up if you can. And the commercial shit just doesn't do it for me. And I hate burrata, by the way. I think burrata is like a zeitgeist bullshit. I don't like cutting open soft mozzarella and having cream drip out of it. I don't know who invented that, why it's a craze. I think it's disgusting. I'm skeeved out by it. I don't like it at all. And like that, the stuff that like the mozzarella, I like the dense shit. Like I went across the street to Cole and I asked for a mozzarella and it was freaking incredible. It had structure. It had It was incredibly good, man. It was amazing. I loved it. But I'll try it on your recommendation, Joe. I'll try it. Joe LaFaro, and yet folks drive great cars here, and every dude in his 40s has a Rolex. Very true. Everybody has a Rolex. And nobody works the Italian miracle. It's true. Because they're all like, hey, baby. Mwah. My dad took mom to a cancer clinic in Buffalo because in Canada they gave her an appointment to wait 18 months. She went in the day after he called and had the cancer removed and was home the next day. Listen, you can get great care in the United States. Nobody's doubting that. It's just if you don't have insurance, it's a lot of money. Try the Galbani. I'll check it out. Machine says, Joe, because you know the Goombas from the South, Italians north of Rome work better than most. It's true. This is why all my Italian mates do great. Listen, there's always been, it's the Kingdom of Italy. They were separate places until the unification. That's why, the Milanese and, they're all a little bit snootier because, they all feel like they're part of that a different world, higher economics, etc. And the poorer people, most of the Italians in the United States are not from Torino. Most of them are from Napoli or Caserta or, the South. Now, what does that mean? It just means they went through a very bad economic period of time because culturally, some of this food and things you'll find down there are just otherworldly amazing. I've never been to Napoli. For sure, on the next trip over there, I expect to have a train ride. Should we going to jump on Italo or Frecciarossa and go down to Napoli? Hit Gambrinus first for a couple of coffee pops, and then go over and get some of try the pizza. He's not a pizza guy because him and the flour don't mix very well. Maybe we could get you a senza glutine, if at all possible. Anyway, guys, time for the Gallery of Bastards. Yeah. The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime me the Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. First up, because I asked for it, it's Tobster McDonkey showing off his Subno date. Look at that. In your workshop. Look at that. What's going on in there? Let's spy around. What do you got going on there? Sony screens. Look at that. Look at that watch on a leather strap looking great. Yeah, Timmy, don't get rid of that watch. I know his is a date. But I mean, when I watched his video, first of all, I just thought he did such a great job on that video. I love the real content from Tim. Terrific. It was a great state of the collection. Very impressive collection, but that was the first. Timmy, don't do it. Timmy, Subby, come back. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep that watch. And this looks great. Look at that. Look on your soft and supple arms. Look at you. You looks like you have got the arms of a young man. I don't know how old you are, but here you go. Joe LaFaro says, here we live to work, there they work to live. And that's a fact, Jack. Yeah. I lived in Bologna. People work significantly less than here. Nobody works harder than that, Yeah. I the only time I've spent in Bologna is in the train station. I went upstairs with Dana to the sidewalk for 5 minutes to look around. It was absolutely crazy. Anyway, next up in the Gallery of Bastards, it's Steve McLeod of the Clan McLeod for our viewing pleasure. Some of his beautiful photography. Let's get that cracking right away. Gorgeous. Some silos. Silos are very metal, by the way, in case you didn't know that. A lot of metal bands like to put silos and things on their records. It's very rock and roll. Beautiful contrast, beautiful skies. I like that capture too. What is that? Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Look at that. I'm looking at it like it's one of those paintings that you have to, in order to see it, you have to walk all the way back. Beautiful. And one of his haunted mansions. Look what's going on there. What is that? It looks like a toilet paper roll with a radio attached to it. Doesn't it look like that? Oh, and that's in the mirror. You're getting very tricky with your photography, man. I'm loving it. I'm sure that that Julian would be very proud of you for this. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. You've gotten very versatile. Here's one of his spooky ones. Fantastic. I just feel like Heather Prim should be standing behind that window. It wasn't Heather Prim. It was Hester Prim. Sorry. Forgive me for getting my Hawthorne incorrect. Beautiful. That's incredible, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was beautiful stuff from our very own man, Steve McLeod of the Clan McLeod. Andrew Wolkowicz, 3:30 in the morning, and I'm awake. Cats are awake when you're awake because they think you're going to feed them, and that's just how it works. Oh, you're awake, but she's not. She's face planted. What are you talking about? You better go back to bed or she's going to start asking you for snacks and treats. Nick Brooker, night dive shots. He's in the Maldives right now. Let's have a take a looky. Look at that. He's got some sharks there. Wow. Whoa. It's a shack. And he's diving with the sharks. Look at that thing. Wow. Kazowie. Oof. Be careful. Oh, that's like, oh, man. Is that, I don't know what kind of shark. I don't know my sharks very well. That's a shark. Would that want to eat you? Or they just want to leave you alone, right? Pretty much. Oh, look at this cool stuff. Oh, wow. Oh, this is amazing. With his rebreathers and all that stuff. That's incredible stuff. Nick Brooker. I think there's more. I think there's more from Mr. Brooker. There is black tip reef shark video. I'm going to have to download it. One moment, please, for an operator that can assist you. Okay, here we go. Video from Mr. Brooker. Oh, boy. Black tip reef shark. Wow. And they're cool with you being down there? I know it's a million o'clock where you are in the Maldives, Mr. Brooker. But there's another one. More shots. We got a bunch from Nick Brooker, which is great because look where he is. Diving in the Maldives. Where in the world are you going to see that? Only here on iBashers. Well, that's beautiful. That's some beautiful blue fish, some kind of fish and coral. Look at that. This is like straight out of James Cameron. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Holy, look at the photography. Wow. I know you're not here live right now, but does anybody remember what camera system he said he was using for this? Because this is outstanding. Wow, look at this stuff. Look at that. Look at all the sea life that another world under our oceans. We're up here killing people in Gaza and bombing the Ukraine and being dicks and going me. And there's this whole world of like incredibly different beauty. It's so incredible. And yet it's fragile because of us. Now, if we just fucked off, they'd be just grand. You know, look at that. It's miraculous stuff. Wow. We need to fuck off, I think. That's the problem. Après night dive cocktails. All right. I'd like to see that. Enjoy your Miller time afterwards. A lionfish. Thank you, Eric B. That's cool. Nice you're having some kind of tropical drink. I don't know what it is. Some kind of Mai Tai, perhaps? Pineapple on the rim. Look at that. There's this crazy watch. Is Elliot Brown. Look at that thing. Holy shit. Look at the loom on that. Oh, brother. Bread and butter. Bread and butter. Oh, look at this. Very nice. Enjoy that. This would, I was like, that would be liquid poison for me. If you want to know how to kill me, that's how you would do it. Amazing shots. Mr. Brooker, fantastic. Martin Brown, iBash's Gallery Pictures. It's a catio. And it's the king of the forest in his catio. Look at this. I know it's funny. If Sheen's still there, he's probably like thinking cat prison. Do you know, I saw a documentary the other day about the lifespan of cats. The cat's lifespan is anywhere from 10 to 19 years in your home, and it's 1 to 3 years in the wild. So there's that math to do. But look at the beautiful Bronson in his I mean, I like it that way because no foxes can come or any kind of beast can come, even though he could probably kick their ass. Look at you staring outside at the lake, or that's a creek by you, or is it a stream? It's a body of water nonetheless. Beautiful. The Eric B says the Elliot Brown Holton professional. Gorgeous, right? It's a proper dive watch. He's a real, he's not wearing Rolex down there, Omega. Even though Omega's got the deepest dive watch in the world right now, right? Isn't that the truth? The Marianas Trench one? Isn't that the deepest? Or is there another like niche brand that can go? I mean, there's nowhere deeper to go, right? China. Where could you possibly go? Incredible. Mart and Bronson. Thanks, kids. Fantastic. King of the Forest in his catio. I love it. Andrew says, I wonder where Olive is. Let's find out. That's a great shot. Oh boy. I wonder where Olive is too. Morgana in the sun and Senor watching her. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, that's cute. I don't see Senor though. Do I? Oh, there's two shots. Okay. He's so beautiful though. My God, what a beautiful cat. Regal. By the way, for those of you who don't know, his cats are 30 years old, 29 years old. I don't know. Smoking in your house must help them out. It's M&M madness, smoking into madness. Yeah. Let's boot it up. Mark and Mindy madness. It's more Cavignon. Aw, you beautiful boy. This is for the Carolyn Martins, the Carolyn Martin portion of our program, because she's so madly in love with him. He's such a beautiful boy. Uh-oh. For all the foot fanciers out there. So some people have foot fetishes. Some of these eye bashers have paw fetishes, which is fucked up. I used to just, when I was sitting on the couch with Laverne, I just grab her foot and squeeze her little pads, and she would let me because she didn't care. But every once in a while, she'd just be like, what's the thrill there? I don't get it. Give her a foot massage. Who doesn't like a foot massage? I mean, it is. I mean, think about what you do to your feet all day long. You're on your feet, you're walking, the pressure, shoes, socks. A great foot massage is better than any other kind of massage. My humble opinion. Oh, look at the pretty lady. Hi, pretty lady. It's very cold in New York. The temperature dropped, so I turned on the heat for Booble outside in his little house. And I'm sure he'll like it. Beautiful. Oh, hello, baby. Mork and Mindy madness. Oh, Mork's such a sweetheart. She's like, she doesn't care, but she cares, right? That's her problem, right? It's like, she doesn't care that somebody's being paying attention. That's not her, but she cares. She pretends not to care. Stretch out. Oh, she's getting pet. Beautiful. Mork and Mindy madness. Mork and Mindy madness. Yeah. All started with that day that Mindy won the contest. Now there's Mork and Mindy madness. Look how far you've come. It's like you have a platinum record. It's pretty amazing. Thank you, Melly C. From Julian, our resident photographer. 10 pieces of art for you to enjoy. Beware the circus comes to town. Beware the secrets that it brings. And all will be revealed. Beautiful. Oh, I'm loving this. First of all, I love a big top. I'm not a big circus going guy, but I love circus as an imagery thing, especially, like turn of the century circuses or Dust Bowl circus. I tried to do a Dust Bowl circus on chat. It wouldn't let me do it because it said Dust Bowl was empathetic. It was not, it was an insult, so I couldn't use it. Somebody's trailer. Look at this stuff. Oof. Almost looks like you've got a flying saucer coming into town right there. Beautiful. Some kind of vault. Very mixy matchy today. I love this juxtaposition of styling. Wow. Look at the colors. Julian, oh Julian, oh Julian. When is the gallery show in London? Is it springtime? Springtime for Julian in London town. I think from now on I'll just do the show with a British accent and an overbite because I think it's really lovely, like Freddie Mercury. Darlings, of course you talk like that. We're working on this glorious new album. It's great. It's got a song on it called Give Me Your Body. The album's called Hot Space, and it's really sexy because I've been hanging out in the leather bars. Gorgeous. Look at this stuff. Julian. I didn't even know London had architecture like that. That I know. This tower everybody knows. It's absolutely gorgeous. I was hanging out with Sheldon and John on the weekend. We went to somewhere really randy. Oh, I can't even tell what's happening here. Wow. Julian does this to me all the time, these weird trompe l'oeils. He's tricking the eye, and it's quite beautiful. Oh, vaulted ceilings, gorgeous. Where is that? Oof. Catacombs, perhaps? Beautiful. Julian. Oh, this is magnificent. Beautiful. Is this like Cambridge or somewhere really storied? I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. Julian, everybody. Gorgeous, gorgeous photography. That I love this. That's beautiful. That should be an album cover, Julian. Gorgeous. Absolutely sumptuous. Julian, everyone. Thank you, kind sir. Andrew, Bastards are family. Remember, as far as anyone knows, we are a nice, normal family. Indeed, we are. Joe LaFaro with a wristwatch check is Gerard Perligot. Look at that. Very nice. With a great looking shirt to go with that. Very cool. With his chrono. Date at 4. Well, date at 4:30, technically, right? Amazing. Gerard Perligot. Some serious Gerald Genta heritage there. Beautiful Jojo. Jojo was a man with a Gerard Perligot, and he had a lovely shirt. Andrew says, no choice for top chat or live chat on my end. I don't know what this means, but there's a picture attached to it. You tell me what it is. GP definitely suits you, Joe. Joe's got a lot of different various watches. Very interesting. Oh, yeah. No, wow, that's weird. Oh, you're on the phone. I have it here on my other computer, and it's absolutely there. 100%. 100% it's there. But, maybe so. Anyway, that's the Gallery of Bastards, my friends. Fantastic. The Gallery of Bastards. The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots that sublime me absurd. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. Andy M says, GP, mic drop, boom, excellent Joe. Yeah, everybody loves that watch. Can you imagine spending a week walking around with Julian as he takes pictures? I'm assuming that Julian works alone. I'm pretty sure that GP really suits you. That's a pretty great watch. What does this say? POTUS just signed an executive order proclaiming Monday to be called Columbus Day. Why did they take that away? Isn't it always been Columbus Day? I know that people have it out. Listen, here's what I think about all that stuff. I'm not taking anybody's side here. Everybody sucked. All those explorers, Leif Erikson and Columbus and Vasco da Gama, name them all. They were all dicks. They were all savages. They killed everybody. They raped their women. They were terrible. We were bad. We were unevolved, terrible people back then. Vilifying. Oh my God. Could you believe the people, what they did in the 1600s? They also married 8-year-olds. I mean, and if your wife couldn't give you a son, you could kill her. I mean, listen, that shit's just absolutely nuts. Oh, it became Indigenous Peoples Day? Oh, yeah. I just think that. Oh, did it really? So there was no more Columbus Day? Was Columbus Day gone? I didn't even realize that. Meanwhile, I shot the first Omega in space on Columbus Day at the Omega store. And I was saying on Columbus Day, I had no idea. He's honoring the Italians. Well, you know what he does. He makes people happy by doing little things like that. And then they go, rah. I think that there should be a holiday for Indigenous people. Just put it and make it on another day. That would be great. Aliens won't come near Earth because they'll look at us and say everything on the planet is a predator. We were savages back then. Everybody was terrible. Look at what we used to do. Jousting, bloodletting, drawing and quartering. Iron Maidens, not the band, the torture instrument. We were terrible. All of us were terrible people. Terrible, 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 terrible. Anyway, guys, that's the show for today. Thank you so much. We're in there at an hour and a half today. Thank you so much for a wonderful Thursday. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the big guy at 6:05. There or then about. Same bash time, same bash channel. Guys, remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you encounter someone who's not so nice, take a step back. Analyze the situation. Eye them up and down. Hold the door open. Say please. Say thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Whatever I can do. And if they're unwilling to bend and behave like a normal human being, just remember, at the end of the day, there's great people and then there's